Hello. Hi. I'm finishing my makeup. Hello. Hello. It's been a while. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Actually, I thought it would. It doesn't. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yo.
Yo. PJE Web, thank you for the 31 months. It's been a minute. Yeah.
Wow.
Nail check? Oh, I did these last night.
Cheer.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. What do you think? Kind of sick.
Wow.
You painted them?
Hey,
No, I
Maya,
like
welcome back.
did them. These aren't my
Happy
actual
1 year.
nails. These are
I
fake
couldn't ask to be
nails.
a part of a better community. Love all you guys. Maya Heel.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, a bunch of
Smile
subs. Mogster, thank you for the 37 months.
Wow.
Laura,
Alveus love.
Laura, oh. Laura Nemo. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a simp for Maya. What can I say?
Herb, thank you for the
People
10
wow.
months. Dell, thank you. Spiffies, thank
Yo.
you. Fix on-screen chat. What do you mean? What's wrong with it? Meek, thank you for the... That was a prime. Thank you for the prime for 2 months. Danny with a prime as well. Spiffies was a prime as well. Dell's was a prime. Fish Loaves was a prime.
Yo, Alveus
That's huge.
dance.
Emotes aren't showing? Yes, they are. What? I literally see them. Benny?
Maya he bounty whine about it.
Benny? Yeah. We got a lot to talk about. Spence, thank you.
Wow.
Spence, by the way, I didn't even know that Spence had me on Discord, but Spence messaged me on Women's Day, congratulating me. Thanks, Spence. Appreciate that. Sorry I didn't reply, but I did see it. Skull, thank you. Civ, thank you for the 18 months. Lasdrin, thank you for the
Big
5
fan.
months. Our song, thank you for the tier 1. I offline sub. Thank you, Parrot. Shayma, thank you for the sub. Super duper egg with the 21 months.
Sub CEO.
Crazy. Adam, thank you. Wooks, thank
Yo.
you. I'm worried that I missed some in here. If I did, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much.
Whine about
Ro
it,
Rogelio,
honestly
thank
made
you.
my year.
Is it
Thank
like,
you.
it's a little dark now. It might be because my window is so exposed. Katoris, thank you. Steve, thank you.
Yo.
The window's just bright as frick. Should I close it?
Wow.
Maybe just like a little. Hello, little ferret. What's
Wow.
that?
Come on, chat. More primes should be rolling in.
Wow.
Is that
Elis
Mm.
spin.
darker? Oh, it's better. Okay. These are catching up. Cyan, by the way, thank you. Steve's, thank you. Brandon, thank you.
Wow.
Aircat.
Whine about it. Pop.
Whine about it. Oh. I guess I shouldn't do that anymore.
People pop. Wow.
Two Nipper Dwella, thank you. Did you get a haircut? No. I straightened my hair. Squeaks Club when? April?
Yo.
Oh, you guys have we have so much to talk about. Except I want to go chronologically, okay? Because there's so much. I've been gone for
Will the
so
Trash
long.
TV reacts start this month or later? And will there ever be Dine About It when QT and you are in the same place?
Yeah,
Repeat.
Trash TV reacts on the Patreon are gonna
People
start.
pog. Can you say hello to Emily Radish PLS?
Hello, Emily.
People
We're
wow.
Cyan, thank you.
Welcome back, Maya.
We're gonna start
Cheer.
Trash TV reacts in April. All the Patreon stuff, extra stuff starts in April because
People pog.
we're just getting back. What is Trash TV? On the Patreon, Cutie and I are doing Trash TV reacts, so we're gonna watch like the worst TV series and just like binge them and sit there and react, so you can watch them too. It's one of the tier 2 benefits on Patreon.
Wow.
Those mini Japan
Why
vlogs
Patreon?
made me
We'll talk
want
about that
to
as well.
visit so bad.
I'm glad you like the mini vlogs. Let's start with Japan, okay? So no Discord for Patreon subs. I thought that was like teetering the line a little bit, to be honest. I didn't like it. So, how'd the vlog do? I did vlog the entire Japan trip.
Hi.
Sneak, thank you for the 34 months. I vlog, Toasty, stop. You're gonna get timed out. He's gonna get timed out. I vlogged the entire Japan trip. I was gone for like 2 weeks. And it was really nice. I got to see my grandpa, which is really great because we're not like, I've never really been close to any of my grandparents, but
8 months in the Champions.
my Japanese grandparents, obviously even less so than my white grandparents because why did that sound like derogatory? Than my American grandparents, because they're in Japan. So my dad's parents live in Okinawa. My dad moved here when he was 17. So I've only been to Japan like a number of times in my life. Hello, Flip. By the way, guys, we're premiering the new Alveus video at 3 p.m. It's so good. It's so good. It's the Lud collab, but Flip filmed an interview with Lud after and like weaved it in, and it's so good. So we're gonna watch that together at 3. But okay, so it was really nice to see my grandpa. We were gonna see both my grandparents. We were gonna go to Okinawa right before COVID, and then COVID hit, and so we couldn't go to Japan. And my grandma, unfortunately, passed away in that time. So we weren't able to see her, but we were able to go out and see my grandpa. He's 90 now, but he's Okinawan, so he's doing excellent. My grandma's brother is 92, I think, and he still walks up this huge hill. It takes him 30 minutes. He walks up this hill every day to go garden at my grandpa's house. So they're doing really good. My grandpa, I think, is doing really good. He's a walker, but he gets around really great. You can see him in my Twitter. He's on my... Hugo, thank you for the 25 months. Leonard, thank you. Gooch, thank you. Cardigan, thank you. JP, thank you. So, yeah, he's in one of my Japan mini vlogs, the grocery truck. There's this grocery truck that goes around and you can go buy your groceries from it. It was so cute. Did you get recognized by anyone in Japan? No. No, I didn't. He's adorable. He's so nice. He's so funny. I lost my AirPods to him because there's this thing on an iPhone called Live Listen. It's this thing. And actually, it's a little bit spyware. Some crazy bitches are gonna get a hold of this. But it works off the microphone on your phone, and you put AirPods in, and it amplifies everyone's voices through the microphone on your phone. And so you can leave it like in a room and have your AirPods in another room and be listening to everything in the room where your phone is, but it works way better than his hearing aid. It's like way louder than his hearing aid. So he was using my AirPods the whole trip and he like loved it because he's really hard of hearing now. So he's got my AirPods now. This is actually really funny. I was telling him that you have to charge the AirPods in the case. Let's see if I can find this picture. You know how I have to, or you know how my AirPod case is a little cursed peepo? Are you guys aware of that or not? I have like this little cursed peepo, like crocheted AirPod case. I told my grandpa you have to put the AirPods in the case to charge them. And this is how I found them the next morning. But by the end of my trip, he got it, I think. I think he knows how to use them. But he likes them a lot. So it was really nice. It was really nice to see him. I will say, traveling with family is hard as an adult. I think I have control issues, and I'm so used to like running things. Being in a world where you have no control over what your day looks like or when you do things or where you go is really like, it was really jarring for me. like I was a little bit lost in it, you know? It was inefficient. Speaking of inefficient, it was good thing probably that I wasn't able to work. Why is I'm like getting hot air. It's set at 76. I don't know why.
People pug, wow.
Wasn't able to work on a family vacation. It's probably a good thing that I wasn't working that much. But my parents, when we got to my grandpa's house, they were like, we don't know the Wi-Fi password. And so I'm asking my grandpa, I'm like, do you have the Wi-Fi password so I can use my computer? And he was like, it works for me. I don't know why it doesn't work for you. And I was like, because I need the password. And he like didn't understand that like and so he didn't have the password. So I'm messaging my cousin who is at his house recently. She doesn't remember the password. And my parents were like, it's not on the router. So for 3 days, I just thought that I wasn't going to be able to work at all that trip. And I was like accepting it. And then finally I got to the point where I really needed my computer to do something. And so I went and looked at the router. It's on the freaking router, which, mind you, my parents are very competent individuals. And they're tech heads from the Silicon Valley. Like, they know how to use things. And so I trusted them. And I went there and it was on it. And I was like, folks, I thought we said that there was no password on the router. Anyway. So then I got access and then I did some work. Really exciting work. I have had conversations with some big players recently, guys. I'm pitching some big things. We're talking probably shouldn't say that. We're talking like animation. We're talking TV. We're talking children's books. We're talking all over the place. I've had so many conversations. They're really exciting. And so I was working on that over the weekend, writing show pitches. We'll see. So that was really good. I got to eat all of the food is so good. I know it's kind of like obvious. Deranged Kitty, thank you. Real Chopper, thank you for the 11 months. That was a lot of bits, thank you. Hi Maya, thank you for taking a picture with me at the airport. I'm glad I wasn't the only one flying Spirit. Okay, you didn't have to expose me like that, Dev. You didn't have to expose me like that, Chatter. So what's your best recommendation of something to do or visit in Japan? Okay, so first of all, yes, I met that viewer at the airport. He flew to the Streamer Awards, which is really cool. And you know how he said he knew it was me? Because I was wearing my platform Uggs. He was like, I recognized your platform Uggs. And I was like, nice! Yes, we're flying Spirit. Okay. But all the other flights back to Austin were like $800. I'm not spending $800 to get from LA to Austin. I don't care if it's Spirit. Okay? It was fine. Also, I was on a flight with everybody. I could expose everyone else that was on that flight. So yeah, Wantep was on my flight. Wantep and I flew together. We both flew Spirit. It was sick. Anyway. So yeah, it was good. Did you get to fly the plane? No. All the food in Japan was really, really good. The beach in Okinawa is beautiful. It's nothing like Tokyo. It's very, very, very different from the mainland. It's like the difference between Hawaii and the States, you know? Like it's part of the States, but it doesn't feel like a US state. It's an island. And it's beautiful. And everything moves really slow. There's a little more tourist stuff there now, but it's just like really quiet. I think if I was into the Studio Ghibli vibe, like the anime vibe, everything in Okinawa looks like that. Everything. Like the power lines and the clouds and the beach, you know, it's just like really nice. I did not find out where Modest Cube shit himself. No. Hold on, I'm getting messages and it's stressing me out. I'm getting messages from Lud. Hi, which bug is the strongest? What bug is the strongest?
Japan looked lovely. Hope you had lots of fun. Less than
Like
3.
maybe like a Goliath beetle? Hercules beetle? That's a good guess. One of those is good. I'm just thinking like big bugs. Is he live? Is that why? He's not live. Oh. Okay. You have more viewers than Hassan. He fell off. I don't know why I'm so mean to Hassan. He's so nice to me. Okay. What else about Japan? I didn't do many touristy things. I was mostly just chilling at home with my grandpa, going through photo albums. We cleaned out the house through all my grandma's stuff. It's for a debate on which animal would be the strongest if human-sized. Oh, an ant. What was I talking about? I can't do that many things at once. Not a beetle. I was just saying something about... Oh, cleaned out... Oh my gosh. Okay, so we cleaned out stuff from my grandma's house. And... everything... I took home... First of all, I took home 2 suitcases. I came with 1. I took an entire suitcase just for gifts that I brought back for people. I have a lot of people to get gifts for. I have staff and the boyfriend and friends. And so I have a whole suitcase of gifts in my truck right now. And then I filled up my suitcase with my grandma's clothes because they all fit me so well. They fit me and my sister so well. You just don't find things in the US that are that tiny, that like fit. Everything fits. It's like, and they fit so perfectly around my waist, and they're shoes, but they're so narrow. They're just, they're just not this narrow in the US. And I took 6 pairs of shoes back here with me. And like 5 pairs of pants or something.
Wow.
It's so sick. It's so sick. Wafi, thank you. Liv, thank you. Colas, John, Techno, thank you for the prime. So that was sick. New fashion arc? Yeah, dude. It's on my Twitter. You go look at it. That was all my grandma's clothes. Last night to dinner, all my grandma's clothes. Look at check this out. Okay, not all my grandma's clothes. This is my shirt. But like, look. Like, are you kidding? Those are her shoes. Those are her pants. That's her jacket shirt. And that's her belt. The bag is mine and the shirt is mine. She was fly as hell. Crazy. So yeah, I have a ton of my grandma's clothes now, which is great. We went on a tour of Okinawa, which does take the day. My dad did a marathon across the island when he was little, so that gives you like an idea of how of how big it is. But we took a day to tour around Okinawa. We went with my dad's childhood friend. Thank you for the 23 months. Vanese. And it was really nice. He told us a bunch of stories about my dad from when he was a kid. My dad was crazy.
I'm so excited that you're back.
Thank you. Thank you for the 10 months. Him and my dad used to go... There's so many crazy stories from when they were little. We would, like, walk around and they'd be like, oh, like, we used to play can soccer on this street. And we used to get in shopping carts and bomb down this hill. Reptus, thank you. And stuff like that. Do you speak any Japanese? Did your dad translate? My parents both speak Japanese. Yeah, he spoke English. My dad's friend from home, he spoke English. He's military. A lot of them, Japan is like full of bases, right? So a lot of people speak English. I mean Okinawa, a lot of people speak English there. So we went around with him. We went to different like little islands that you have to take bridges to get to. They didn't used to have bridges when my dad was growing up there.
Why are he comfy?
Anonymous, thank you for the 13 months. And so he was telling me stories about how when they were kids, because there were no bridges from island to island, my dad's brothers and him and his friend, they would take boats, canoes. This is not like across the river. It's across the ocean. And it would take them half a day to cross the ocean to get to these other islands because the cliff jumping was better on the island, on the other island. Crazier than that, one of the islands that they would canoe to go cliff jumping and they would camp there was riddled with leprosy at one time. And it was like a quarantined island. And so people weren't supposed to go there. And so their parents would get really mad because they would canoe to this island where people were self-sufficient on this island because they all had leprosy. So that was kind of crazy. But the best cliffs, I guess. Yeah. They would play in... Okay. For those of you who don't know, David, thank you. My grandparents grew up in Okinawa during the war. So they were like... My grandma was 11. My grandpa was a little bit older. But they were there during the war. And in Okinawa, there are caves everywhere. Drowsy, thank you. There are caves everywhere because they would live in caves, or they lived in the caves. Connor, thanks. My grandma raised her siblings in the caves when she was 11 years old. And they're all still there. All the caves are still there. They're shut off now because they're dangerous to go in. But when my dad was a kid, they were all open, and so they would play in the caves. And my dad's friend is telling me about how they would find skeletons and machine guns in the caves as kids, just like running around. And he was like, then we'd go to the beach, we'd find grenades on the beach, but we'd just throw them in the water so they wouldn't blow up. And I was like, what are you talking about? I went in one of them. I went in all the bunkers are still there too. They had like sniper bunkers. Let me see if I can find a picture. Or a video. I took videos of it. There's so much vlog footage. The Japan vlog is probably going to be 2 pieces. It's a beefy one. Stairs. Okay, look at this. This is a sniper bunker. It's really close to, like, okay, those 2 holes. It's made out of concrete. And you can see all the bullet holes in it. And there are signs because it's like you visit these places now. And US troops would run up that hill that I'm walking towards right now. And they would snipe out of this bunker. And you can go in it. It was really scary, actually. I didn't really like going in it, but I did it for the vlog. Look at this. This is like right by my grandpa's house. It's crazy. Crazy. Lots of stuff like that. That was really wild. But really cool to see. They also... My dad and his friends used to actually really, really fucked up things with bugs because I don't know what they like. They did a lot of crazy stuff, but they had these like not cicadas, but like cicadas, that were beetles with wings, and they would catch them, freeze them for a little bit, and then tie them on a string and fly them around until they died. It's like my dad used to tell me about that as a kid. And then they used to do the same thing with bees. They would catch bees, freeze them, and then tie tissue to them and let the bee go. And then they'd watch the bee so that they could see where it was going. And they would follow the tissue to the hive. And then they'd climb up there and grab honey out of it and just get stung all over. But they were like, it was so good. I was like, what? Okay. Doesn't sound worth it to me, but okay. Worth? Doesn't sound worth to me. I don't know about that. But cool. Anyway. Your dad is Winnie the Pooh? I guess. I don't know. Fun fact. Everyone tried to talk to my sister in Japanese, and nobody tried to talk to me in Japanese. I don't know why my sister looks so much more Asian than I do, but everyone just thought I was American, and everyone thought my sister was Japanese. And I was like, oh, damn. Because we're the same amount. Sid, thank you for the 18 months. No, which is, you know, who nobody thought was Japanese? My mom, right? Because my mom's white. And nobody tried to talk to her in Japanese, but she's the only one out of the three of us that speaks Japanese. 420 Soupy, thank you. Sid Dog, thank you. The only person that tried to speak to me in Japanese was a little girl in a grocery store, and I panicked and I left her there. Okay, I didn't leave her there. She came up to me, and she was asking me something in Japanese, and I was like, I don't speak Japanese. And she just like kept talking because she didn't understand. She's like little. And so I like pointed at a woman who's Japanese, and then she went over there and spoke to her, and I like ran away. She wasn't lost. She was trying to buy candy. She wasn't lost. She was fine. None of them are lost. They all just go out. Kids just walk around. Like, they can do that there. Can't do that in the US because they'll get got. But not there.
Less than 3.
They just go around on their own. Kai, thank you for the 3 months. Cubis, thank you. So, yeah, I didn't, like, leave her. But it was really nice. It was really nice. I got to spend time with my mom and my dad and my sister and my grandpa. Got to see a lot of where my dad grew up, which was really nice. My dad told me lots of stories about growing up. He used to spend a lot of time on American military bases. My dad speaks English, obviously, like, perfectly. I don't think my dad has an accent at all. I've never thought that he has an accent. Except he says scissor. But that's all.
Wow.
I don't even know if that's his accent or if that's just him. But yeah, he moved to the States when he was 17, went to college here when he was 17.
Wow.
And
Save a bird, but won't save a lost child. My streamer.
Megasoy, thank you. Oro, thanks. Mike, thank you.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really good. He also grew up, he went to an American school in Okinawa because of the military base. So he grew up speaking English. And he grew up like playing basketball with people on the base, like military men. So
Wow.
Hi.
yeah. Thumber, thank you for the 5 months. It's not my first time being in Japan. I've been to Tokyo and I've been to Okinawa. But I haven't been there since 2016. It's the last time I went to Okinawa. So it was nice to go again. Can he dunk? He's 5'3". So no. Yeah, it was very wholesome. So that was Japan. And then I went... No, I didn't stream there. I did vlog, though. And I posted lots of mini vlogs. People seem to like them, which is nice and wholesome. They're really easy. So... When did you start getting stressed about not being in Alveus? When I was on the plane, on the way to San Francisco, on the way to Japan.
Whine About It is
The whole time, it sucks. I hate being away from Alveus. Vestix, thank you for the 10 months. I went from Okinawa to Tokyo and from Tokyo to LAX. No, from Tokyo to San Francisco and San Francisco to LAX. And then did an entire day of work for Streamer Awards before going to sleep. I went straight from Japan into LA to help Cutie with Streamer Awards. Yeah, it's like 24 hours of travel. Sadie, thank you. That sounds not chill. Yeah, it was a lot. But Streamer Awards is a lot. Yeah. Jet lag. Here's the thing. I said that jet lag doesn't exist. I've been very explicit about believing jet lag or saying that jet lag doesn't exist. What I also realized is in coming back from Japan, going to LA, Cutie and I were staying up until like 4 or 5:30 a.m. every night doing stuff, working. And 4 or 5 a.m. in LA is 6, 7 a.m. Texas. And so I thought I was like grinding and I was like whatever, but truly I was just on a terrible schedule in LA. Night before last, I went to bed at 6 a.m. and last night I got to bed at 3. So it's fixing itself. Tonight's the night. Then it's done. But it actually, past couple days has been kind of hard. To be honest. But it was not hard in LA. I was grinding it out. I don't know if it was adrenaline or what. But I got there. We sorted all the name cards. I sorted all the name cards. I alphabetized everybody's legal name, by the way. Don't fuck with me, streamers. And we printed stuff. We went to the venue. We set out linens. All the table. I don't know if y'all saw the table numbers on all the tables. That was me. I did that. No, I just did really basic stuff. I was an event assistant for the weekend. So I was working with production and with Cutie and Taylor just to be extra hands. Really? We saw you on stream? I heard you saw me on stream. Oh, red carpet water. Yeah. So at first, I spent a little bit of time in the truck, in the production truck. But they didn't really need me in the production truck because they have like earpieces in and they're all freaking out and like talking to each other. And you look so mad. Really? Oops. I spent some time in the truck.
Wow, did you get
Trevor.
any comments on your shoes?
No. But I spent like no time in the shoes. So I spent a little bit of time in the truck, and then I spent a lot of time at check-in, which was very stressful because a lot of people don't understand. Like, they're like, oh, I put a +1, and then they like show up with a different person than they put down for the +1, so then they're not on the list, so then we can't let them in. And it was just like a mess. And they have to have their, God forbid, people have their IDs on them. So a lot to ask. Also a couple weird things with like, oh my God, this one was bad. When I was checking people in, this account manager for Twitch came up to me, and I didn't know the account manager. I'd never met him before. And he was like, the head of Twitch marketing is outside. They won't let her in. Somehow she didn't get on the list. And I asked for her name, and she's not on our list because there's no RSVP. And I was like, I can't let her in. Am I on the red carpet? Oh, let me see.
We're doing 4 people.
Oh,
we're doing 4.
My
I don't
God.
think we
Are
can
we able to? Are we able to? Oh my God!
I did look kind of
God,
pissed.
you look incredible. You are taller than me.
That's funny. The eye roll. I didn't roll my eyes. There was no eye roll there.
Norway tall. Oh
And
I did not roll
in,
my
who
eyes.
do I hear?
my
E-money?
God!
Oh,
All right,
oh, we're
shut
doing.
it down.
Oh, we're doing.
Shut it
We're
down.
doing. Oh, we're doing both.
Shut it
Oh, we're doing
down.
all. We're doing 4 people.
Oh,
we're doing 4.
my
I don't
God.
think we
Are
can
we
do.
gonna be able to? Are we able to? Oh,
I was just
my
looking the other
God.
direction. That wasn't an eye roll. Trust me. Trust me. It was not an eye. There's no disdain for E-Rob. However, E-Rob did show up with a bow tie that was hanging like this. And I was like, I know for certain that E-Rob is not trying to make a statement right now. He can't tie that. And I asked him, and there are all these guys, there are guys there from Dolce & Gabbana because they fitted red carpet people and Cutie and whatever. And so I'm like running around trying to find the Dolce boys because they would know how to tie a bow tie, and I couldn't find them. So that's probably what I was doing then, is like I was trying to find someone to tie E-Rob's bow tie. But anyway.
Wow.
Dolce boys. The men who work for Dolce & Gabbana. Anyway. So this like Twitch exec is outside, and she wasn't on the list, so I can't let her in. I don't care. Like, it didn't matter that she looked like a very nice lady. It doesn't matter what she looks like. She's not on the list. I can't let her in. We had to be so careful, you know, because obviously we had to be so careful. And this guy was like, I'm an account manager. This is blank. Let her in. And I was like, no. And so it took me like 30 minutes. I walk around trying to find people, and I was like, couldn't Google her? I looked up her LinkedIn. There was no profile picture. I was like, I can't verify this woman. And so I went around and I looked for someone that I knew. I was like, can you just verify for me, like, that this is blank? Nobody could do it. And so I go over to the front, and by the time I go there to say I can't let her in, she's in somehow, which she was actually Twitch's head of marketing. I'm very sorry, Robin. Okay? I didn't know. I've never met her before, and it was really her. And I'm sure, I knew, like, of course it was her. Like, it's not some random lady just trying to get in the Stream Awards. I'm sorry. And she got in and it was fine. And I ended up verifying her. I don't know how she got through it originally, though, because it wasn't supposed to happen that way. But, by the way, for most of the show, not most of the show, part of the show, I was in the green room, and part of the show, I was in the house. Like, some parts, I was actually, like, I was standing in the back behind all the tables while the show was happening. So I was, like, where everyone was sitting. And I was standing right behind, there were Twitch tables, Twitch execs. Standing right next to the Twitch execs while Cutie was doing her monologue was a crazy experience. At a Twitch-sponsored show, when Cutie's talking about the foam pit, and I was just looking at them, and I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. And I was like, we're gonna announce Whine About It at the end of this, and they're gonna hate me now. It was a lot. And then they all get served their food, and Twitch execs are getting served chicken fingers and macaroni and tater tots. And I was like, oh my god. It was a lot. But everyone liked the catering, so it was good. Yeah. I saw you on the red carpet. Yeah, I know. I was there for a second. So, my jobs... The show was much easier last year for me. It was much easier last year, at least when the show had, like, started. Because last year I was co-hosting, and so I was, like, you know, I was sat there, like, getting my hair and makeup done, and I just had to focus on, like, what I had to say, you know, and, like, showing up and doing the thing. And this year, I felt like...
For helping Cutie out with the event.
Thank you for the 23 months.
My
It was, everyone there was running around. God, Taylor is a saint. Taylor had so much to do and so many people talking to her. I had an interesting situation where the production knew that I was there to help. So, like, the actual production team knew I was there to help. And then all of the streamers that were walking in, I haven't seen in a long time. And, like, all know me and I know them. And so they're trying to talk to me as well. And production's asking me, like, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? You know? And so there was just, like, I felt like I was being pulled in a lot of directions. But my jobs that day were originally to sit in the truck and tell them if there were funny things happening that they needed to point to. But I wasn't really needed in the truck. I think they did a really good job. And then I was helping with check-in. And then I was helping with the red carpet and telling them who to put on tape. Because there were 3 interviews going on at the same time. And Cutie didn't pay me, but we're going to be rich because we have a Patreon now. So it's fine. I was helping production tell them who to put on tape because there were 3 interviews going on at the same time. And they didn't know who the streamers were. Example. I'm not going to say names. But I had production come up to me. Like, at one time I had production come up to me and they were like, this guy is really mad because his interview didn't go to tape or didn't go to stream, like didn't get put on stream. Should I be concerned that he's mad? And they told me who it was and I was like, no. But he went up to them several times and was pissed and he was like, I need to go again because I wasn't on stream. And so I had to go talk to the streamer and I was like, do not talk to production again. You don't go again. There are like 300 people here, so many interviews to do, they can't all go on stream. Yours didn't go on stream. It was Prezzo. And the crazy thing is when I talk to them, they're like super apologetic. They're like, I totally get it. I'm so sorry. But to production, like production was like scared that they pissed someone off that they shouldn't have pissed off. So they were not nice to production. I'm not chill with that at all. That was lame. We had, yes, a lot of people know the like, the crazy like requests of, I brought my secret boyfriend as a +1. Can you not show him on stream, please? We're like, girls, it's time to hard launch. Now. 'Cause, no. I had to have example, again, of me being at the red carpet. Extra Emily had to do 2 interviews. because her first one didn't go on air, and I like Extra Emily a lot, and I was like, did she get aired? And they were like, no, and I was like, oh, she's got to go again. So that's how Emily got online, things like that, you know. Squeaks told us, dude, Squeaks is sick. I love Squeaks. He's so funny. I talked to him at the after party. Man, we got a lot to talk about. But yeah, he's so funny. He's so nice. Big fan. Charming Joe. Incredible. Incredible. I'm gonna be honest. I was pissed at him for a minute. Because I'm on the truck. They're like, Maya, find Charming Joe. No one knows where he is. I was like, oh shit. I had met him once before the show, and it was in passing. I was running down the stairs, and I was like, you're Joe, nice to meet you. So excited. And so I saw him for like a second, you know, and so I barely knew what he looked like. I messaged him on Twitter. I'm like, where the fuck are you? Like, where are you? He's like supposed to go on. I didn't know where he was. Charming Joe talking about him. Charming Joe talking about you and him puking. Oh no. Was I mean?
Maya was like, DM me, where you at? Where you at? No, I couldn't reply. I found out after perform. I'm so sorry about that, Maya, though. In a backstage was going crazy because I vomited right before to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kind of like talk to each other through the, you know, they must be, you know. And then Maya was ran to me, and like Maya was staring at me like this, and like, Joe, are you sure you can perform? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you think that you can perform? Do you want to switch with Nikki's turn? And I was like, dude, what am I doing this shit? They got my plane tickets, and they got my hotels, and dude, I should do it, Joe. I should do it. I should fucking do it, man, you know? And then I think it get a little bit better after I vomited. So, you know, I think I can handle it. And Maya was saying, Maya was like, DM me, where you at?
Okay. Hold on. I want you guys to know that I'm not mean. Let's see what I said to Joe. That day. Oh, this is so fine. This is all I said. I just messaged him. I said, where are you? Because I was like, where is this man? Because no one knew where he was. I thought he was just like being irresponsible, or that he like ditched. And I'm like running around everywhere trying to find him. I go back to the truck. I'm like, has anyone heard from Charming Joe? They're like, no. Talking to Taylor. I'm like, where is he? I don't know. And I was like, what the fuck do we do? Me and Taylor are like, we have to switch him. Like, we have to switch him with Nikki. I don't know who to tell that we have to switch him. And then he was there. He's like keeled over with a paper cup of water. I'm like, Joe, you're about to go. I was like, are you doing this? Are you okay? Do you want to go on? And he was like, yeah.
Yo, mate.
And then he walks out with the paper cup of water. I don't know if you guys noticed that, because he was just throwing up. He walks out with the cup of water and gives an absolutely stellar performance. He was my favorite personally. He was so funny. He was so good. That Tim dude, thank you for the 3 months. Jake, thank you. Alice, thank you for the 5. I think I said that. Maybe I didn't. Thank you so much. Steph, JP, Chuck the Clown, thank you for the 3 months. He was so good. You could not tell that he was just throwing up. No, he was amazing. It was so sick.
Wow.
Timbo, Hostbuster, thank you so much. So that was water he was drinking on stage? Yes, it was a cup of water that production gave him because he had just finished throwing up. It was not like alcohol. Sear and Peach were amazing, so funny, absolutely iconic. They showed up, I was like, of course, look at them. Incredible, amazing, best dress. Curio, thank you. Jimzo, thank you for the 9 months.
Wow.
The Joutfit. Yeah. So, yeah, they were really great. Did great for the tech issues. Yeah, that's beyond me, right? That's like, nah, I don't do tech. I will say, it's very expensive, so you expect it to be perfect. At the same time, how do you not have tech issues with a live streamed event at that size? You know, that's how I feel about it anyway. Like, I can't, there's so many moving parts. Like, there's so many moving parts, and there's so many things to to remember and take care of, but it's a production company, so they should be able to do that. That's their job, right? But it's a huge event. Huge. Ryle.com, thank you for the 2 months. Striz, thank you for the 9 months. Was he sick or nervous? I think he was nervous. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. No, production should be able to handle that, but that's Cutie in production. That's not me. The 2-piece dress didn't have any tech issues last year. Yeah. It felt like there were so many issues. This is how, I mean, it's like all live streamed events all feel like disasters and like they're falling apart when you're running them in person, but then when you watch them on stream, you can't really tell. Like, I don't, there's a lot of things that you just like couldn't tell that it didn't go smoothly in person. So it's okay. The 2-piece dress that I wore, best decision of my life. Sick. I'm a genius. Look, you can see it. I'm wearing it here. Oh.
Warzone 1, what? And we're gonna swim both?
Shut it
We're
down.
doing 4
Look.
people.
Oh,
Okay. I wore slacks and the top of my 2-piece dress, and I wore my platform Uggs.
are we gonna be able to?
So I look like professional enough, and I look kind of like, you know, but I was so mobile. I was so mobile and I was
my
working.
God.
I wore the skirt and the sparkly heels like not even 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes total. And it was literally as the show was ending, I put on the skirt and the heels and I went out and like talked to some people as the show was over. Rate Sear and Peach Stars fit. I already said they're the best dressed tonight.
Godspeed over there.
So yeah, I barely wore my heels and my skirt. And then to the after party, I wore a sweatshirt and my slacks and my platform Uggs. Yeah, Russell got snubbed. By the way, Russell, you stressed production the fuck out. Because, yeah, you and Luna looked great and you matched great. But I was on the red carpet and production is coming up to me freaking out because they were like, this guy says that he's Mizkif. Is he supposed to be in here? Because they knew you weren't Miz. And I like took a second and I was like, oh yeah, good one, guys. And I was like, it's not Miz, but let him go on and say that he is. And they were like, what? And I was like, it's funny. And they were like, and I was like, yeah, it's like funny or something. Just let him do it. So Russell went on with the interview for that. But they swapped cards, which you can't do, Russell. If I wasn't there, you could have been in deep shit. Okay? Because they were very confused. That's kind of fucked up.
Wow.
I'm a rhyme, he's a rhyme, she's a rhyme, we're all rhyme, hey.
Thank you for the 10 months. He ruined Streamer Awards. What else? If you want to know more about the Streamer Awards and how it went, we talked about it in depth on the Whine About It Patreon. Can't believe I'm saying that. Whine About It is back. I have kept that a secret. We made the mistake. We did play the trailer after the credits, which was probably the dumbest thing me and Cutie have ever done. Because we lost 150,000 viewers before the trailer played. But it's okay. Because it's still doing insanely well. Like, insane. I literally apologized to Cutie. I was like, man, we could have been rich. I'm sorry. It's doing really well. So yeah, Whine About It is back. I will say this was not this was not planned. Okay, when I came back to stream, I put such a hard stop on everything. You know, I was like, Dexter. I don't need to talk about that one. I pulled the lawyer card on that. Anyway, when I came back to streaming, I put such a hard stop on everything, and I was like, I can't touch anybody ever again. Here's the deal. A lot of people seem to be confused a lot of people are like, oh, Maya's back. Like, Maya's coming back to, now Maya's gonna be on Nick's stream. No. I think it's a pretty clear, I have 2 clear exceptions for not being completely isolated on my own. And those exceptions are 1, educational collabs at Alveus. Because my platform has always been a means to teach people about conservation. Doing collabs is an excellent way to do that, and it's very important. Educational collabs at Alveus. That's exception number 1. Exception number 2 is Cutie Cinderella, because Cutie's my best friend. She's been my best friend since fucking, I don't know, a long time. And since I've come back, I've been very public about my association with Cutie, and so that's already established. Like, it's been there, you know? And when I came back and I told her that I wasn't down to do Whine About It anymore, Devin, thank you for the 2 months. I don't think we've actually talked about this, but now we can. Okay, this is it's a whole thing. This was not easy for me or Cutie. When I talked to Cutie pretty much every day when I was off, when I was not streaming, deciding whether I should come back to streaming, writing the statement that I released, deciding what it was going to look like for me when I get back. And I told Cutie I can't do LA anymore, because flying to LA once a month, every month, sucks. To be frank, I don't mind flying, but I would lose a lot of time to it. You know, I have Alveus, and I would have to leave the animals and leave my staff once a month, and it's, you know, it's several days and travel days, and I hate LA. I've never liked LA, and so that was a lot. And then 2, I was like, all I want, part of what went on with all that unraveling is I was so scared of losing my platform for conservation, and I was so scared of losing Alveus. And so I was so, Salva, thank you, Devin, thank you, Anthony, Nasty, Drizzy, thank you so much. I was so focused on building Alveus up, because that experience made me realize that Alveus does not have feet to stand on without me. And I was like, I don't want that to be the case. I don't want Alveus to be completely dependent on Maya as a brand. And so the reason that I came back to streaming, which I've talked about this before and I've been pretty open, if I didn't have Alveus, would I have come back to streaming? I don't know. My initial gut reaction is no. But I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But it was for Alveus. I wanted to come back, and I wanted to milk the main, right? This is the email that everyone's typing. My goal in coming back is I was like, I need to push all the success that I've had with my platform to Alveus as a platform. I need to spend more time at Alveus. I need to move there. I need to be there every day. I need to focus everything on Alveus, because it's what I'm passionate about, you know? And I care a lot about it. So when I came back, I was like, that's all I have the bandwidth to do. I was like, I don't even want to be back. I hate this industry. Like, I don't want to do this. All I have the bandwidth for is Alveus. And I told Cutie that, and I was like, and that means I can't do Whine About It. I can't come to LA anymore. I can't talk about other streamers on this podcast. I need to be on my own, head down, at Alveus. And it was really hard. It was like not, because it was very certain. It wasn't like a, hey, let's just feel this out and see how the next couple months goes, and then maybe we can bring it back. I told her, I was like, it's it. Like, this is all I'm going to do. It was like a very hard stop. And Cutie and I only see each other for Whine About It. You know, like we would only see each other once a month, and it was because I was flying there once a month for stream. And so I told her, I was like, we can do trips where we don't make content. Like, we can go hang out here. We can get an Airbnb here. We can meet in the middle. But we both knew, because of the way me and Cutie operate, that we're not going to do that because, okay, we could do that. But me and Cutie work the same. We wouldn't do that if we weren't working. So it felt like a breakup. It was like, what are we going to do then? We're never going to see each other again. It was really sad. We both cried about it a lot. It was like, oh, it's over. Like, this is over. Doug, thank you for the 16 months. So that's how that ended, is I was like, yeah, I can't do it anymore. And we didn't even really consider the possibility of doing it virtually, because it didn't feel like it was gonna work. And it wasn't the in-person thing that made me want to stop doing it. It was the industry, you know? It was like, I just don't want to be in that bubble anymore. I don't want to be a part of it. I need to be like away. And so we didn't even consider it being virtual. And then, you know, it's been like months since I came back.
Wow.
Thank you, Lorraine. Been a few months since I'd come back. Me and Cutie still talk every day.
Wow.
Scarlett, thank you for 3 months. And Cutie and I, you know, we're doing like band appeals and calling each other on stream. And it was just like, this has been an exception since I came back, and it's not going anywhere. Like, my association with Cutie, me being friends with Cutie publicly, we literally do Whine About It every day on the phone. And people know that we do that. So, yeah. So, like, why not? And then we talked about it.
Wow.
Obelix, thank you for the 23 months. Scarlett, thank you. Lorraine. And so we talked about it, and like a few weeks before the Streamer Awards, we decided to bring it back. And then Patreon, different. Is it only going to be on Patreon? No. So the other thing about Whine About It for a year, we did Whine About It for a year, over a year, and we never did a Patreon. And that is completely on me. Despite people asking for it, I was scared to do a Patreon because I am terrified of being predatory, and I'm terrified of selling friendship to people. And despite people being like, it can just be ad-free, it can be uncensored, it can be extra content, you know, which all of those are very fair. I was just really scared of selling friendship. I don't know. I've had a lot of issues in being a streamer with, it's a massively overused word nowadays, but the parasocial thing, you know? It's caused a lot of issues for me. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's made me unsafe, you know? And so I am scared of engaging in that. And so for a long time, I just told Cutie, I was like, I don't think we can do it, you know? Because I looked at other examples of Patreon, and it was like, you can do this, or you can pay this much, and then you can talk to us. You know, you can pay this much, and we'll send this to you, or you'll get this, or you'll whatever. And I was like, see, I know there are people that will spend money for that, and that just doesn't feel good to me. And I was like, I don't want to do that. But Cutie and I talked about the Patreon a lot, and there's a lot, you build your tiers, right? We've obviously built our own tiers, and TIERS, and on Patreon, and they can be whatever you want. And so what we have on the Patreon is 2 exclusive episodes. So it's extra episodes. We have ad-free content on there, obviously. We have uncensored content, so there's no bleeps. We have early access to merch. We have Trash TV reacts, which is just, again, extra content. So we're going to be like reacting to shows. We have mini episodes, extra content. And then in the highest tier, we have, I'm doing like prints. I'm like watercoloring and sending out prints, not watercoloring each one. I'm making a print, and then it's getting copied and sent out. And then Cutie's doing a recipe card. And then we're doing a monthly sticker. And all of those things felt okay to me, you know? It's not like a direct, you know, it's not like I'm writing you a letter. It's not like we're pen pals. It all felt okay to me. It felt like safe to me. And we're selling a product, right? And there's no like paying for interaction with us. It's paying for extra content. It's extra. You know, if you want more Whine About It, here. And so, and yeah, and pet photos and stuff, yeah. So I felt okay about that, and that's why we decided on the Patreon. Is Cutie pissed at me for not coming to that conclusion a year ago? Yeah. Cutie's been pushing a Patreon for a long time, and I've been really hard stop on it for a long time. And she was right. There's a lot of money there, for sure. But there's I am like I'm a little insane when it comes to ethics, like too much. I overthink ethics constantly. The money was not ever really a concern to me. We lost a lot of money on Whine About It.
Thank you for bringing it back.
Thank you, Casual. Thank you, John. Thank you, Grimes. Obelix. But the money didn't really matter. The money didn't really matter to me. I've turned down a lot of sponsors. Streamer awards. When I was co-hosting, I just like I can't do things. I can't accept money for things that are against my ethics. I'm just like very. The money was not a concern to me then. So yeah, that's why it took so long. But yeah. So then everyone asking about, is it just on the Patreon? No. I will say our Patreon is damn good. I think it's really good. There's a lot of stuff that you get on there that you don't get without it.
What are you doing?
Thank you for the tier 3. Thank you. There's a lot of extra stuff that you get through the Patreon. But Carla, thank you. It is also going to be on YouTube. Our first episode back is going to be on YouTube on the 29th, March 29th. And then in April is when everything starts up like it's listed out on the Patreon. So there are going to be 4 episodes per month on YouTube, 2 exclusive episodes per month on Patreon. And then on Patreon, there's a bunch of extra things, right? There's like I already said, the Trash TV show reacts are on there. There are mini episodes on there. There are going to be bloopers posted from our trailer put on the Patreon. MGem, Eminem, and Rude, thank you. And yeah. So many broken bottles. We only bought 2. We only had 2 takes to actually throw the bottle. Funny thing about that, I did not think it would break. I don't know if you could see it, but we were trying to do a take where I threw it and it bounced off the wall because we thought it'd be funny. So I didn't throw it that hard. Like, I just went like, listen to me, and like threw it and it fucking shattered. We were both shocked. Like, Cutie was genuinely shocked because that was the first take that we did that. And she was like, what the, you know? We thought it was going to bounce off the wall. I don't know. But anyway, there will be bloopers for that on the Patreon. And yeah, but there will be episodes on YouTube. It's just a lot of it's going to live on the Patreon. Wow. Timo, thank you for the 3 months. Hello. Thank you for the Prime.
Wow.
Animal and Taylor Swift stuff. Yeah, I'm doing a weird animal spotlight. Cutie and I were like, we should both do mini episodes. We can do whatever we want. So Cutie's like, I'll explain a Taylor Swift song because that's what Cutie likes to do. And I was like, I would like to have a work reason to look up weird animals and then do like a little spotlight and tell you everything about them because there are so many that are just so weird. And I'm gonna find them. You're never gonna have heard of them. And I'm gonna tell you all about them. You're gonna be like, what the hell is that? It's gonna be sick. Stompy, thank you for the 5 subs. Appreciate it. So yeah, that'll be good. Yay. I already know every animal. Oh, okay. Are you gonna have guests? That we don't know yet. If we have guests on, it would have to be someone we're really passionate about. If it wasn't already clear, this is being done virtually now.
Glad to hear it's back. How will you and
Oh.
Cutie record it now since it's not done in person anymore?
Segue. Virtual. We're building mini sets. So we're gonna build like mini floor sets with mics, and we're gonna record it video in our mini sets. It'd be nice. Guest sounds like fun. Having guests, we can do, probably will do, but it's gonna have to be someone we're really passionate about. And like someone that we really, really like. Because I hate having guests on, to be frank.
Girl podcast for girls, don't listen unless you want cooties.
Thanks, Connor. I hate having guests on. It's so hit or miss, and it's hard for me. Believe it or not, despite doing Alveus educational collabs, I like streaming alone more than anything else. Grumpy, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Roxy, thank you for the 13 months. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see about guests. See about guests.
Wow.
Yo.
Wait.
Wow.
So glad it's back.
Love Bras, thank you for the
Gonna buy
13 months.
Patreon with next month's salary.
Yeah, I'm a simp for Maya. What can
That's
I say?
it.
So can you
I guess we
still
could do
virtual
that.
Dine About It with Cutie's head on an iPad at Chili's?
Wow.
Maya, he's
Maybe. Axel, thank you for the 14 months. Maybe. So the first thing that we put on the Patreon is a recap of Streamer Awards and the after party, which we filmed when we got home from the after party at 3 a.m. And we talked about everything on there. D Muchu, thank you for the 32 months. Yeah, it was a whole thing, you know. You guys already know what happened, so you don't really need to. If you want to know what happened, you can go to the Patreon and watch it. But it was a mess. I don't know. It's not really. It's one of those things. It's one of those things, like one of those streamer things, where it feels really gross to call it drama because it is a real people that really need help. Like it's like really. It's just like we're actual real people, you know? And so it being like, oh, Streamer Awards drama, it's really sad is what it is. It's frustrating, of course, but it's also just really sad. And so, you know, I'm not trying to like farm it. You guys already know what happened. So, we just root for them, you know? Root for them to get what they need. So, yeah. But the rest of the after party, oh boy, folks. I worked the room at the after party, and I don't mean I stood on a table and stripped. I mean, I went around that after party, and I pitched Alveus to every motherfucker in there. I walked around, and I literally walked up to these streamers I've never talked to, and I was like, do you like animals? I was like, oh, I have some. My job at the after party, I carried around a beer so it looked like I was like being engaged and having a good time, but I was not there to have a good time. I was there to pitch Alveus. Okay? And so I went and gave invites to everybody. Squeaks is coming. Squeaks is actually like, we're already scheduling, me and Squeaks. Very exciting. Which by the way, nicest person ever. I went up to Squeaks and I was like, Squeaks, like, you like animals? And he was like, yes. And I was like, do you know anything about Alveus? And he's like, Maya, yes. He was like, I've watched all the Alveus shit. Like, and I was like, okay, I do these collabs where I have people come and we do it on their stream. And he was like, Maya, I've seen them. He was like, you don't need to explain what it is. Are you inviting me? And I was like, yes. And oh my God, Squeaks.
Yo, thank you for the sub, Taja. I will be going to Austin. And I will be doing an Alveus stream. I'll be doing an Alveus stream.
What?
So that's going to be a ton of fucking fun. I'm going to be there for, I'm not sure how long. But, you know, we're going to see. I want to plan some things. I'm going to be staying with Wajito, who told me he set up a
Wicked.
room for me to stream at. So Mario streams will be continuing live. No, Maya was so sweet because at the after party she was like, "Oh, do you want to do an Alveus stream?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." What the hell? What the fuck?
That's what he sounded like at the party.
Yo.
Yeah, okay, so Squeaks is gonna come. He was so nice. I told him, I don't know why I told him this, but I was like, I thought you were a teenager. I thought you were a Minecrafter. And he's like, no, I'm so old. I was like, I'm sorry I said that. But he's really excited. So it'll be really good. It was this guy came up. Oh no, I forgot his name. He used to work at Twitch. And he came up and he was telling me like how much he loved Alveus and like the work I was doing. But he was like so nice. Like I was like, oh my god, like thank you so much. Like it's not that crazy. And then he left and Squeaks was like, Maya, I want to do the Alveus collab anyway. You don't have to like pay people to come hype you up. Failure, thank you. And then Squeaks like held me by the shoulders and he was like, Maya, you suck. Like you're a bad streamer. And he's like, I'm trying to bring you back down. I was like, okay. But yeah, I gave an invite to Squeaks, to Pay Money Wubby, to Alex, to Carl Jacobs, to Tina Kitten, to Dean So Cool, to freaking I don't remember, a bunch of them. I talked to a bunch of them. And so now at least I have like a segue of like a DM, like, hey, I talked to you about this super briefly at Stream Rewards after party, but do you still want to, you know? So we'll see. It'll be really cool. Dean is so nice. He's so nice. He wanted to take a shot. And so we went over to take a shot and he got it. It was, okay, it was, you tell me if this is correct. It was like a normal, like, plastic cup, right? Like, normal plastic cup. There was this much vodka in it. He said he got a double, but I feel like that's more. It was so much. So I just took, like, a sip of it.
Alveus stance.
And that was it. And I just, like, didn't, and he saw it, and I was like, I can't drink all that. And he was like, well... Toaster, thank you for the 21 months. Koji's, thank you. Failure, thank you. He's scared of animals.
Can I just say something? I'm also like a little scared of animals. So when she was like Alveus stream, I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm not cool. You know what I mean? Are you gonna train the snakes to join your insurrection? You guys, if there's new people here, I'm not part of January 6th. Don't tell people that.
What is he talking?
Can you guys?
Okay. Anyway, Squeak's gonna be great. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be great. Everyone's gonna be great. People are gonna come. So that was the Stream Rewards. I went around, you know, I made my moves, did my work. I think it was good. I was really happy to be there to help Cutie. To be very clear, as I was last year as the co-host, this is not my show. I did not make the show happen. I helped a few days before and the day of to help things run smoothly. I'm not the thing that made the things happen. That was all Cutie. It's her show. I'm taking no credit for the way that it went. Okay, a lot of people last year and this year were coming up to me and they were like, congratulations, it was so great. And I was like, I didn't do shit. No, it's all Cutie.
Wow.
Harry, thank you for the 36 months.
With known insurrectionists, quecks.
So yeah, Cutie's amazing. It was all her. And Taylor helped a ton. And everybody, I mean, there's so many thank yous to give out for that show being what it was, but, yeah, so, really great, all solid. Then I got back a couple days ago, and it would have been funny to push you in the pool again. We are not allowed to go in the pool. Yeah, I got back a few days ago. Last night, I pitched Alveus 2 more people last night. Penta and Lulu Lovely. I'm all over the place. I'm getting them all. But I last night, S-Fan collab, dude, that's so funny that you say that. I went to a dinner last night with Twitch execs and some streamers. And I talked to S-Fan, and S-Fan was talking, he was like, Maya, our collabs were so good. Like, we gotta hang out. And I was like, yeah, off stream. And he was like, yeah, or on stream. And I was like, off stream. Or you can come to Alveus and do an educational collab. And he's like, or like we could do something on stream. Like we were so funny. And I was like, no. And I explained to S-Fan, I was like, look, here's me on an iceberg. And here's you. It's like, here's you on a ship. This is battleship, S-Fan. One more hit. I was like, I am not going over there. Okay. I am floating on my own. I explained to him that I'm saving myself. I explained to him that I think the platform is imploding and that I'm not touching any motherfucker anymore. And he was really sad about it. And I was trying to explain to him that he should save himself. And he was like, no. So it's kind of sad. But anyway, I did tell him, I was like, we can hang out, S-Fan. I was like, we'll hang out off stream. You want to hang out off stream? And he was like, okay, fine, off stream. And I was like, really? I was like, what, are we going to go get coffee? You want to go meet up for lunch, S-Man? You want to go like grab a smoothie before work? Like, what are you, like, no, you're not. And he was like, yes, I am. Hanging out with people is good. And I was like, you're an MMORPG streamer. You are not coming out to meet me for coffee. It's not going to happen. You can't stream it. It's not going to happen. So we'll see if me and S-Man hang out off stream. But we did talk about it last night and gave him the invite. The dinner last night was at like one of the nicest steakhouses in Austin, which I got a cauliflower steak. It was kind of sad. But it was really good, actually. Hi, Jeff. But we went to this really nice dinner, and it was for Twitch execs, because Twitch execs were in town. It was for Twitch execs and some partners. A lot of partners.
What if you and his fan did sponsored streams together, like the Mayo sponsor?
Dude, I just got offered a sponsor stream with another streamer, and I was like, I can do it with Cutie, or I can do it by myself, but I can't do it with anyone else. Here's the thing, you guys. This is not me, like, coming for anyone, right? I'm not saying that I know that there are people that are gonna go down, okay? What I'm saying is, I've been very close to people who I was surprised by going down. So, you never know. And so I'm done. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm done getting close to people and being associated with people and being surprised and then getting dragged down with them. I would much rather just be on my own with the animals, you know? Do my thing. That's the plan. Anyway, last night at dinner, it's this beautiful dinner. They rented a room. There are 4 tables. 4 tables, right? And they all have name cards, like, and place settings. So it's like people, like they invited partners. Partners said they would come, and then they put out name cards with their usernames, like at the place settings. A whole table ended up being empty because of no shows. I'm not gonna say who they were, but like, oh my god, replying to Maya and Cutie. Squeaks?
The bald comments, I think, were all directed at Squeaks for the record, and I won't apologize for those.
That's fair. Squeaks is so bald.
I'm not bald.
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
See? Even Maya knows I'm not fucking bald. Dubs, I have hair. Even Maya knows.
We love Squeaks. Okay, yeah, so there was a whole table that was empty because of no-shows. And I don't know what the reason was. It could have been an emergency, God forbid, right? But
the pod is back.
thank you. God forbid it was an emergency, but here's what I know for certain. If there was a nameplate and a dinner setting that had my username on it, bright and shining, for 3 hours worth of a dinner with Twitch execs that I said I would attend, and I knew it sat there the whole time unattended, I kiss myself. Okay? I can't imagine, like, the embarrassment. It's so rude. It's so bizarre. They rented out a whole room for that dinner and obviously paid for the whole thing. And it's like one of those fancy where there's like a menu and it's 3 courses that they bring you all of them. Like, it was really, it's crazy. It's crazy. How are you so unaware? It's unaware of what? Then they'll complain Twitch doesn't offer a contract to them. Yeah. 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 What did you all talk about? We talked about guest star. They really want us to use guest star, which
Our juicer is back.
Scanibulus, thank you for the 10 months. Guys, I actually didn't know this about this feature. They have a new feature. This is not even a sponsor. It sounds like I'm pitching. It's like you can have people, like, viewers call in. But here's the crazy thing. I didn't know this last night. I said this to a Twitch exec. You're not responsible for what they do, what the people that call in do. So you can call in viewers. You can talk to viewers on video, and they can do whatever, and you don't get punished for it. They just suspend them, because it's Twitch, and it's their username. They just suspend them. It's like, and I literally asked a Twitch exec, I was like, so you're telling me if I have a viewer on video, and they say a slur, and then show their genitalia, that I don't face any consequences? And she's like, no. What the hell is that? What do you mean? So, yeah. Pepe the Toad, thank you for the 7 months. The other thing, because they're trying to push guest star, is get put on front page. So, the idea, hear me out, 2 ideas. 1, Animal Quest, Q&A segment, just so we're on the front page for Animal Quest. Have people join to ask their question. That was Danny's idea. Brilliant. Number 2, show and tell. If you want to come on and, like, present your little whatever. Yeah. Show and tell on front page. Kind of cool. Could be. But if you show your genitalia, you are getting banned, not me. So we talked about that. We talked a lot about Alveus. Talked about, I don't know, it's all like the corporate stuff, you know. Where are you from? What were you doing before?
Wow.
Thank you for the tier 1. It's hot in here.
Wow.
Pog big businesswoman.
Is this working? Match. Ah! We'll see. Acrian, thank you for the 26 months. Did you ask them why Dr. Disrespect was banned? No. Did y'all talk over dinner or talk after? The dinner was 3 hours. So I left at like 10:15 p.m. So yeah, that was it. But it was good. Big business. Big business. Did you ask about kick? No. My cauliflower was good. It wasn't, I mean, it was just like, it was like this. It was like a flat cauliflower steak. I will say, we picked a salad and then an entree and a dessert. And I picked the Caesar salad, but it was a Caesar salad or a house salad. And I picked the Caesar salad, but then they gave me the house salad and it had tomatoes. I don't like raw tomatoes, but I was sitting next to the president of Twitch, so I had to eat 3 raw tomatoes. They're big. I had to eat 3 raw tomatoes so the president of Twitch didn't think that I didn't like tomatoes. I really didn't like them though. What are you gonna do, right? I mean, I'll just sit there next to the president of Twitch and just leave 3 tomatoes on your plate? That's so embarrassing. No, I'm eating the whole salad. I'm eating the whole salad. No, I'm not doing that. That's embarrassing. No.
Wow.
Hi Maya.
Will, thank you for the 14 months. Was a talking point? I don't need a talking point. It's not social anxiety.
People pug, wow.
Clara,
Rhyme.
thank you for the 4 months. Did he leave someone on his plate? Yeah, but he's the president of Twitch, so he can do whatever he wants.
People pug, wow.
He's really nice, actually. Kill, thank you for the 7 months. He's one of those presidents that doesn't, like, that's, like, super chill. You know? Hernan, thank you for the 5 months. He's a cool mom. Was production confused when Asmund went up for the award? No, we planned that.
People pug, wow.
Cutie and I called S-Fand. So it was all good. What's scripted? Guys, the production in the truck, they have a picture of everybody at every seat. All the seats are arranged. That's why, like, it's really scary when people, like, change seats or, like, move around. Because they have camera, they literally go, like, seat 17, seat 31, seat, you know? Because they have to film them walking up to the stage. So, that's why sometimes there are mistakes and it's showing someone that says that there's some username that they're not because they're switching seats. Electrics, Renera, thank you. You know, there's only so much they can do. She was in the right seat. It's also possible. Not accusing anybody of switching seats. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Got some of the VTubers mixed up. That was pretty funny. The VTubers being there was kind of sick. Was it? I don't think it was scuffed. You guys want to see? Oh, small note. This is just really nice. Caleb picked me up from the airport. Caleb with a C, boyfriend, picked me up at the airport. My favorite flower for, I don't even know how long, since like early college, is a ranunculus, which is a really obnoxious word. It's in the daffodil family, but it's my favorite flower. It's beautiful. And no boyfriend that I've ever had has cared enough to get them for me. I've actually never seen them in real life. I've only seen them in pictures. But I say it's my favorite flower because I'm like obsessed with them. He picked me up at the airport with them. And a piece of key lime pie. I love Whole Foods key lime pie is really good. I don't know why, but it's like really good. And so he brought me a slice of key lime pie and ranunculus. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at it. They're so sick. They're so beautiful. And it's like it's so sad that no man has ever gotten me my favorite flower. Granted, it's a harder flower. If my favorite flower was a rose, then I'm sure they would have gotten me roses. But no one has tried hard enough to get ranunculus. So it was really nice. It was really sweet. Shut up, Nick. You know when everybody walked into the Streamer Awards, I was checking everyone in. I got a hug from everybody. From Peach, from Seer, from Britt, from Elena. You know who walked by me? Nick Pollum. Fake obsession. Fake Pogo. I was like, to Nick, I was like, Nick, I got a hug from everyone except for you. That makes no sense. Then he gave me a hug. So it's fine. It's real. There were a bunch of viewers. I don't think you guys saw the front ever. Right? No, you didn't see the entrances ever, right? On stream? No. There was a big parking garage by the streamer entrance. by the floor entrance, and so there are like levels on the parking garage, and there are viewers on all the levels.
Wow.
Hello, Maya Hichia.
Maya Coralana screamed at you. Is she here? Because yes, I do remember someone screaming at me. From the, but that was, she was in the house, like in the venue. I was on the floor, and I said hi from offline. Hi. I was on the floor, and I just hear like from the balcony, and I looked up, and there were like a couple girls up there that were really sweet. She was really sweet. And then outside there was a parking garage, and they were all these viewers were in the levels of the parking garage watching from the parking garage, and I didn't know that they were there. And I was like running back and forth along this aisle because it was between backstage and the streamer entrance. So I had this like hallway, and I was going there, like going back and forth there the whole time. And I kept hearing my name as I was walking, but I had an earpiece in, so I couldn't like, I was just like confused, and I kept thinking it was Cutie because it was girls that were yelling my name. And I was like, where the fuck is she? And I'm like looking around because it was coming from above me. And I was like, why is Cutie in the balcony? Or why is she like upstairs? Like, where is she? And then finally I looked up, and there's all these viewers in the parking garage, and they're like, ah! And I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
Richter, thank you for the 26 months. But they're really nice. They were all really nice. I will say, there were some cringe lords that were sitting outside the front filming, and as streamers were walking in, and I asked security to ask them to leave, but the thing is, they weren't required to, because they weren't in the venue. Not that kid, no. Like other guys, they were like sitting there filming, but they weren't in the venue, so they didn't have to leave, and they were like, okay, we just won't take pictures or videos, and then the security walks away, and they pull it out again. And the confrontational person in me wanted to go up and like make them leave, but then also they're viewers, and so that would be like the absolute worst thing for me to do as myself. But as a person, I wanted to do that really bad. Yeah. They would have gotten you in camp. Yeah, they just would have filmed me being like, get out of here. And then they'd be like, look at this asshole. Why is it bad to take videos at a public event, though? It's just scary that they're sitting on the curb and like all these streamers are walking in and everyone's pulling out their ID and saying their legal name to check in. I didn't want people filming them, you know? Not super chill. Where'd I put my lip gloss? What the heck? I was on offering Coke to... Paymoney Wubby tweeted that, like, we could give him a code word to ask for Coke at the event. And as I was checking him in, we were giving him wristbands, and I was like, I heard I was supposed to ask you for Coke. And he's like, oh, you want a Coke? And I was like, no. Streamer of the year, wonder why. Didn't have Coke. Couldn't go in there with Coke, guys, don't worry. You couldn't even go in there with a bag. Some people brought little clutch. It was crazy. When Cutie tweeted about that, and she was like, no bags, which is very fair. I don't want people bringing bags into the streamer awards because it already takes long enough for everyone to check in. Like, we don't want to deal with bags with shit in them. And oh my god, people freaked out. People being like, I don't know, some people thought it was like ableist or something because like people carry medications and stuff, and we were like, guys, you can have medication. Like, come on, relax. Like, everyone's so mad about everything. Ah! Very stressful. Very stressful. It's Twitter, man. We're in a very interesting time, aren't we? Clear bags only. Then everyone would have to buy a clear. Oh, you mean like a plastic bag? Sure. You meant like a clear purse. I was like, I don't know that those are that common. we're in like this generation online is they're the most socially aware but socially inept generation probably that has ever existed. It's quite a dichotomy. Drenev, thank you for the 15 months. Thank you for the 19 months. Guys, 20 minutes until Lud's video premieres. Peach's six-pack purse, dude, they're iconic. Iconic. Anish!
Wow.
Thank you for the Prime! That was a Twitch Prime. Maybe I got a Twitch Prime. You give it to me? Or you can give it to Alveus? I'm not ready. Can we reschedule it? No. No. The video that I watched yesterday, Flip, was excellent. And you said you were going to do more to it. Nothing more needs to be done. It's great as is. There are things that you see, no one else is going to see. Post it. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's so good. The best fit, in your opinion, Sear and Peach. I've said this a million times. Sear and Peach. No, okay. Real, I know she's like the queen and everything, but you have to admit Pokey was on another level at the Streamer Awards. I saw her and I was like, what's up, Mark? Kitchen Sink, thank you. Thank you for the 18 months. 5 cents, thank you. Yeah, she looked so good. I can't, it took like her glam team goes so hard. She looks so good. Lulu, oh my god. Lulu looks so good.
Wow.
Thank you for the 7 months. The Oni Alpha. Yeah, Russell and Luna looked really good. Caroline, oh yeah, she looked really good too. She looked really good. Yeah. I was just gonna say something. I lost my train of thought. The video. Shout out Show and Tell. We have a lot of people here. We need more posts. If you've done anything conservation or wildlife related, you can post on Show and Tell. Hyper, thank you for the Prime. I'm going to review them on Thursday. I will. Today is just, yeah, I'm at my desktop today. Everything's out of whack, right? But doing this today, just like a full recap, full cam, whatever. No stream tomorrow. And then Thursday morning, I do another desktop, and I'm going to do TikToks and Show and Tell. So if you have anything you want to share with the class, there's your place for it. It's not on Reddit. It's on the Alveus website. Germa did not threaten me. No. I didn't talk to Germa at all, actually. Kind of sad. I don't know if I've ever talked to Germa. He's too cool. Did you talk to Simply? Yeah. I talked to a lot of people at the show. It was good. I was talking about something and I forgot what it was. And it's kind of pissing me off. I have explained how the new Whine About It works. Go check out the Patreon if you want to see what, if you want to see more stuff for it. If you want to get more Whine About It things. Schedule that I'm streaming today and then I'm streaming Thursday. And then I'm streaming Friday, keeping stream. Were the interviews that weren't live recorded or are they lost forever? They were all recorded. All recorded. Reed's pacing. This is a very niche thing to talk about with so many people here. But sad there was no one there to help him. I mean, someone being in that enclosure was not going to help him stop pacing. What we think it is that he's not neutered, and so we think he's looking for a mate. We think it's hormonal behavior. Having someone in there would just make him more stressed. So there's not much that we can do besides schedule to get him neutered, and read about that and see if that's the best option for him. He paces when people go in there too. Yeah, I mean, it's something that happens. It's really hard because it's actually a really interesting example. You guys saw Daily Dose, his post with the raccoon. Did you guys see that? In the zoo. So it's a really tough thing. I think it comes from a very, very good place. That people care about animals and they want to see them happy, and people don't like seeing animals in captivity. They want to see them in the wild nowadays. Before, it was the opposite. They didn't care. So it's an excellent shift to have, is that people want to see animals wild and they want to see them happy. Rain, thank you for the prime. C-Mackie, thank you. Hyper, thank you. That being said, if you don't have a lot of context, and you see just like some of the behavior, you could take the exact same clip that Daily Dose took of that raccoon of Reed pacing in his enclosure. And what we all know about Reed here is that he is non-releasable. He has the absolute best quality of life that we can provide. He has companionship and he has a state-of-the-art enclosure. The only other option for Reed is euthanasia. Is Reed a candidate for euthanasia? Absolutely not. I don't think that he is unhappy in captivity. I don't think that he should be euthanized because he can't be in captivity. I think it's probably a similar thing with that raccoon. That being said, like there are some facilities that do a really bad job and don't care. But most nowadays, none of these animals are wild caught. Most of these animals are not wild caught. I like to give zoos the benefit of the doubt and think that they care, especially if it's an AZA zoo. Then they have a lot of standards to live up to, and it's hard, you know. There's a lot of yay, thank you. There's a lot of things to consider and test, trial and error, to keep animals in captivity happy. But again, like with Reed, he is doing that pacing behavior. We're trying to figure it out. We do think it's hormonal. But there's no, we'll let him out because he just wants to be out like a fox should be. Of course. Of course, foxes should be in the wild. But with non-releasable animals, their only options are to educate people about their species or euthanasia. And I would rather Reed be an educational ambassador than be euthanized. He's not a candidate for euthanasia. So I don't know. That's like my thing on that. The zoo gave, I thought, a pretty good response to that thing about the raccoon. I actually thought that enclosure was pretty solid from what I saw, short from what he DM'd me. He sent me some pictures of it and stuff, and I was like, honestly, it's not that bad. He's got a lot of stuff to climb on, but I have no idea. I don't know the animal. I don't know like what he's pacing about. You know, tons of things make them non-releasable. Permanently injured, imprinted, habituated, invasive species. Et cetera, et cetera. Jazz, thank you for the tier 1. Reed is non-releasable because he's a European red fox, so it's illegal to release an invasive species. And then he was raised by humans from when he was a kid. Like, he was little when he came into the zoo. And so he just doesn't have the skills. But he couldn't be released anyway. It'd be illegal. To release him, which is really unfortunate. But he doesn't have any physical ailments. Tupatsa, thank you for the 34 months. Announce the Winnie plushie. Good idea. Things for March. Winnie plushie is launching on Winnie's birthday, March 22nd. So we're going to have a birthday party for Winnie, and we're going to launch the plushies. Cool thing about these plushies, I really can't do the pre-order thing and it taking a year to get a plushie. It's not okay. Like, I can't. And we've only done 2 plushies, and so we're feeling this out. It's like a new partnership with U2's. I'm really, really, like, I hate it. I feel really bad. I'm really sorry if you haven't gotten your plushie or if it took so long. I'm so sorry. But this time, we've taken a bit of a risk here with the Winnie plushie, where I'm glad you got your postcard good. Turka's been really working, trying to get these mailed out. I'm sorry. That also, it just takes so much time. There's so many. This time, we're taking a little bit of a risk with the Winnie plushie in that I asked them to pre-produce 500 units. and have basically told them that I'm guaranteeing I'll sell 500 units because then they have the units already, and so they ship them out, and the estimated arrival date is between April 1st and April 30th when we're marching them on March 22nd. So like within a month, you should get your plushie this time around. But if they bought all the stock, that's their investment, is like buying all the stock. And if we don't sell it, then they lose money. And I don't know that they're going to want to keep doing plushie launches if we don't sell all of them. And so it was a risk, but it was a risk that I felt like I had to take because I can't do the pre-order thing anymore. I just think it's shitty. So the Stompy did over 500. Georgie did like 300 something. So any collab scheduled? Yes. Point Crow is coming here for a collab March 24th. Russell and Luna, I'm talking about. I don't know how long Luna's going to be here, but I was going to do Russell and Luna as well in March. But it's not scheduled. Is 300k for Georgie? 300's fine for Georgie because we didn't pre-order any units. That's why it's taking a long time for them to get put out, or for them to get shipped out, is because they weren't made when we started selling them. It was a pre-order, so we knew how many units to produce. Squeaks is coming out for a collab. We don't have it scheduled yet, but it'll be within the next couple months. Talk about the new Alveus merch thing. Shabbos, thank you so much. Tupetza, thank you. If you guys want Alveus merch, it's been the same merch since we founded, right? T-shirts, beanies, hats, sweatshirts with the Alveus logo embroidered. It's all an eco line, so it's either recycled fabric.
He knew a shortcut. Rofl.
Nice. Quiz, thank you. The beanies are really good. If you want the OG Alveus, this is about to become the OG Alveus merch. Okay? It's all on the eco line, so it's recycled material or it's 100% organic material. If you want this merch, you should get it now because Essie is shutting down their merch operation. We've been with Stream Elements the entire time we've existed, but they're shutting down that operation. I am moving to a different merch company, and we're gonna start. We're coming up with the big boys, guys. We're gonna start dropping things differently, and what that means is we are no longer gonna sell the OG merch, the simple merch that we've always had. We're gonna start doing quarterly drops with two products each drop, and it's gonna be like, it's not mogul, but it'll be like limited drops. Also, I'm looking at recycled packaging as well, which I'm really excited about. And I'm trying to, it's really hard to do the eco thing. It's really hard to source recycled material and keep our margins like reasonable and keep the price reasonable. But I'm trying really hard to do recycled packaging, to do recycled material, but also do really cool products that are different from just like a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. And so I've pitched a Zookeeper line. You guys always talk about like the khakis and like the button downs and like the staff shirts and stuff like that. We have lots of ideas, but it's gonna start being it's gonna be a drop a quarter. So there'll be different merch every quarter. It's an 18-month setup, so it'll be 6 drops. But in order for me to switch over to this merch contract, we have to let go of the merch that we currently have. So again, if you want this merch, the Alveus merch, the OG Alveus merch, you should get it when you can. I want to remove the tweet on Alveus where you said you'd never do limited merch. I don't remember that tweet, but Space, you want to make note of that? I don't know how we'll do the drops. Thank you. I don't know how the drops will be done. They do them, I mean, it's a merch company. They have like a schedule for drops. They have like how many units it is. They have all the marketing materials. It's like, it's not like Stream Elements where we do whatever we want and we keep it up and, you know. Burned my mouth eating a biscuit, sorry. Video premiere in 5 minutes, everybody. 5 minutes. Dink donk. La 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 la. It's so good. I'm so excited. Do the hoodies run big? think so. I'm really bad at telling, at like knowing with a hoodie. I'm sorry. Because it's a hoodie, you know, it's not like it's hard to tell like how it fits. That makes sense. I don't know. I think they're pretty, I don't know. I have a small and it fits like a hoodie. Fits me. Merch. Where's the Tiny Mike video? Tiny Mike video is going up Thursday. Can you show the LED video on stream on mobile? I can't. Sorry. You guys have to pull it up. It's the premiere thing. What size would S-Fan fit? I don't know. I don't know how to size men. I don't know. I'm so bad at like men's height and like weights and sizes. I don't know. Reddit is not working. That's for the best. Yeah, like a 2 or 3
Wow.
XL maybe? I don't know. Pokey said you were 5 feet yesterday. It's fair. It's fine. Show it muted. Should I play the premiere muted? Or should I just be full cam? Pokey and Maya at the awards.
Oh yeah, I was so glad to see Maya too. I see her like so infrequently.
That's
and
true.
She's so little. Like she's so.
What the hell, Pokey? Pokey's
Really?
little too.
No, like Maya's such a tiny, cute human being.
So is Pokey! What the hell?
Oh yeah, I was so glad to see Maya too. I see her.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I did see Pokey. Pokey's very nice. Pokey was really nice. She actually was like, I'm so happy that you're here. It felt really genuine. It was really nice. Yay, thank you for buying merch. OG merch. Wait, so what, sorry. Full cam? Full cam? I'll put it in a little box in the corner. How about... I have an idea. I'm gonna get really smart right now, okay? Add window capture. No. Yes. Okay. Chrome. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. I'll go here. Wait. Q. This. And then it'll play like that. And then I will copy this source and then paste it here. I'll put it right there. How's that?
Wow.
My sub can drink pog.
So you know what's going on, but you have to like open it to watch it. That is so obviously not your hand, it's crazy. That literally is my hand. What the frick? That's my hand. Rude. Join the watch party. It's starting. It's starting. I got a peach. Oh, terrible news. Terrible news. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get septic. Seymour, thank you for the year. No, it's actually really bad. Ever? Like, ever. Why? It's complicated. Essentially, the county refuses to call this... Oh my god. The county refuses to call this property residential. And so they're saying that we need a civil engineer to do commercial septic systems when it's like 6 times the size or capacity of what we need here. And civil engineering costs like 6 figures to get done because it's for like businesses. It's for like commercial operations, and we're way too small for that. And so for me to get a septic system, Alveus would have to redo our septic system, and Alveus would have to spend 6 figures on a civil engineer to do a commercial system, which is not something that we have the ability to do. So we just can't do either. Does that make sense? So yeah, I might need to get a porta potty or some kind of tank that I can get like trucked off, or I don't know. An outhouse? I don't know. I need to look into it, but yeah. Good news is my dogs are moving in tomorrow, and Ella's dog is moving in tomorrow.
Wow.
So that's really cool. That's exciting. Can you guys spam the link for this video? Because it's starting now. Thank you. This video is so good. It's the Ludwig collab. Flip filmed it, edited it, filmed this interview after. He's a genius. It's so good. Okay. Muting my desktop audio, unmuting this. Watch party! This looks like such an insane React meta. Rude! Boys! George. So coolio, thank you. George. No audio? I know, you have to go watch it. It's premiering. Refresh your Premiere. Or no, put your Premiere in 2 times speed? What do you do? Hi Muno, thank you. Put it in 2 times speed. It'll catch up. I'm behind? Is it gonna stop when it... Nice, I'm caught up. Ew. Flip. Could you take a clip or a space, a clip of one of these LUT interviews, whichever one's like the funniest or the best, so we can post it on Twitter to advertise this video? Because I don't know how to communicate to people that it's like not just the collab cut and pasted in a video. So good. Such a good video. I was gonna skip it because I watched the stream. I know you can't hear it. You gotta watch it. A link is all up in the chat. Thanks. It's actually so gross. Do it! It's so like dusty, you know? This would be a good clip. Her singing it, and then this part of the interview, that would be wicked for Twitter. Noodle. Thanks, Space. They're so strong. I worked with an intern at a zoo once who went around and told a bunch of families and children that they were called skanks. Blue tongue skanks. His face. Ratner, thank you for the prime. Never mind. I don't know why everyone's freaked out about the groups of bugs. I think there's something about the collective movement where it's like, you know? This was so funny. I was so scared he chipped the teeth. Chicken. For sure, for sure. Thanks for buying merch. I love stompy hugs. Oh. Baby chicken. Hello? Thank you. One hole for everything. Why is the video so small? Because we're reacting to a premiere. So they have to click it so that it gets more views. And it's muted. Watch along. It's just so they know what's happening and it's less awkward. No! That's a really good clip for Twitter as well. That's a really good flip. Flip must have been taking notes during the stream to like ask these questions. Like he had this video in his head. He's a genius. He's a genius. That was funny. That's okay, Flip. You can't have them all. Can't win them all. It's cool. No audio on the video? Click the link. It's a premiere. She's so small. Oh my gosh. So tiny. True. Fake. I do think he has a leaf. All the enclosures, if people sponsor an enclosure, there's plaques in the enclosures. But we don't have like a separate plaque wall. Sorry, lad. Killed it. Flip! Killed it. So good. Can you like that video? If you could comment on it too, that would actually be excellent. Excellent video. Would appreciate the likes and comments. Thank you so much. Flip deserves likes and comments. He works really hard on those videos. And it's really special because these are, I mean, we do all these collabs with big boys, you know? And so for it to be like special and have extra stuff to where they want to watch the Alveus video too is really important for Alveus. So we're really lucky to have Flip because I sure as hell would not have put that together. Or done the interview, or taken the, or whatever. So, big time. Amazing video. Thank you so much. We're gonna get a tweet out for that video soon. And I am going to. Are you done with it? Oh. Oh, okay. Connor's working on some security stuff with my phone. So today was just. No, today was just catch up on the Streamer Awards and Japan. We're not doing Keeper Talk today. Everybody's catching up right now. So Ella didn't stream yesterday. Kayla's not doing Keeper Talk today. But Connor will be live Friday. We'll probably be live Saturday for the work day at Alveus, but I'm gonna raid into I'm gonna raid into Alveus. There are new cams. There's like 3 new fox cams. So you can watch the foxes, which and potentially listen to my phone calls because there's a mic on it and I'm really close to the foxes. So we gotta adjust the sound because I talk on speakerphone all the time. So we gotta adjust the sound on the fox cam, but there is a fox cam, so you can watch the foxes now. Pasture cam is of course up, and Connor's getting a bunch of mics in today to test with a parrot cam. So there's that. If you have anything to post for show and tell, please do. I'm gonna go over show and tell on Thursday, and then I'm gonna do freaking thank you for the year. There's a really nice sub message. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do show and tell and TikToks and whatever on Thursday, and then yeah, so you'll go see the live cams right now. Japan vlog is gonna take a minute to edit and put together. It's a lot of footage, and the tiny mic, but it's only crunching video. We're premiering on Thursday. Macman, thank you for the 15 months. So, new YouTube video in a couple days. Winnie plushie coming up. Point Crow collab coming up. I would love to get to an Animal Quest this month, but oh my god. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'll probably see you on the Alveus stream at some point today. I'm obviously here working all day, catching up all day. So, I don't have an answer for when the merch will officially be gone yet. I haven't signed the actual contract yet to switch it over. So it's not like right now, but you should just get it now so you don't forget later if you want it. See you in a couple days. Good to be back. Thanks for being here after I was gone for 2 full weeks. I hope you liked the mini vlogs, and if you follow my Instagram, I hope you like the stories. I tried really hard to be consistent on my Instagram story lately. So go follow if you want to see more of that, and then go check out the Whine About It Patreon. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Very cool to see everyone really excited for Whine About It to be back. It makes us really happy. It's really nice. Thank you. Okay. Goodbye. Are you still friends with Cutie? No.